Welcome back, guys, to the Colorado State Dynasty here in Week 13. The Colorado State Rams will go on the road to play the Fresno State Bulldogs, who sit at 7-3 so far on the season. Definitely one of our harder games this year. Probably the hardest conference game we've had to do, especially going on the road. But with how we've been playing recently, I believe we got a chance. Jackson lighting it up at quarterback. Olsen back there to return it. He only brings it to the 19-yard line. But Jackson with a 60.6 completion percentage, 1,125 yards, 8 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. About 4 games played, 4.5. 1st and 10 from the 19 now. As he goes down on the first play of the game. 2nd and 15. Morrow gets a handoff. He's able to get 8 out of it. Brings up 3rd and 8 now from the 21. Underneath, wide open is Goffney. Jukes out one defender. Goffney nearly got past the safety. 1st and 10 from the 49. As Morrow breaking tackles. 5 on that carry. He's nearing 400 yards on the season. 2nd and 5 from the 44. As a bad throw there. A bad read. Thought Horton was going to beat his man. Trusted him a little too much. Now 3rd and 5 from the 44. As Kobe Johnson isn't able to get the first. But the offense remains on the field. 4th and inches from the 39. Jackson fumbles his way forward for the first down. First and 10 from the 37 now. And Jackson goes down. Had some underneath routes open. Was looking for the big shot. Now 2nd and 14. Jackson again. This time didn't even have a chance to look downfield. Bridges off the edge. Makes it 3rd and 21. Across the middle. Winfield with a good catch. Gets him at least back in the field goal range. As this is going to be up and right down the middle. Colorado State with a 3-0 lead and a solid opening drive outside of some offensive line issues. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 25 for Fresno State. A couple players to watch out for. Hamilton, a cornerback. Malik Shadur, the running back for them. As they do go with it, a run on the first play of the game, trying to rip the football out from Malik Sherrod. 2nd and 5 from the 30. They're in pistol here. It's a play action fake, but here comes some pressure. Breaks the first stack, able to throw it away. With some more pressure right behind them. Able to get out of the first one, but couldn't escape both. 3rd and 5. They go with a screen. And Hector with an amazing play. Bouncing off of the offensive lineman straight into Sherrod. And it's a punt now. Kobe Johnson can't even return this one as an awful punt. Going to be marked at the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 now. Can take a 2-score lead here early. as Brown cannot hang on. Second and 10 from the 36. They drop back the pass yet again. Looking downfield. Not thrown high enough. Picked off by the linebacker. What a play by the linebacker. Jackson with heavy pressure in his face just couldn't throw the ball high enough, but that one's thrown away with some more pressure in the face of Keeney. Second and 10 from the 38. Easy pitch and catch on the slant. Gets him a 14-yard pickup there. First and 10 from the 24, nearing the red zone. As a screen to the receiver, gets him 4. Right at the 20-yard line. Second and 6 now. Lopez coughs it up. They were able to punch it loose, and Dom Jones recovers. Just like last week. First and 10 now. As Morrow able to get a 2-yard carry. I don't know who forced it, but they were punching at it the whole way. As Johnson turns upfield down to the 36. 19 yards for him on that play. First and 10 from the 36. Johnson able to get 4. That will end the first quarter. Colorado State up 3-0 against Fresno State. Both teams with a turnover. We'll see if Colorado State can capitalize on theirs. Second and 6. Johnson coming in motion. Just kind of throws that one before getting hit. Brings up 3rd and 6. From the 40-yard line. And it's a strip sack recovered by the offensive lineman. Foreman came screaming. Screaming off that edge. Finally brought down at the 49. First and 10. They bring him down after a 2-yard pickup. The Fresno State defense keeping it a 1-score game in back-to-back possessions. Here comes some pressure from Colorado State. Forces an overthrow as Keeney not having a good game here. And that's picked! Larry jumps it! And he's off to the races! 10, 5, pick 6! Ellis Larry, 56 yards! And now a 10-0 lead for Colorado State. He brings this one out the end zone. Brought down at the 20. It's his first interception thrown of the game. That's a good throw on the comeback route. Mack wide open. Larry beat on that route. Brings up first and 10 from the 35. They go with a counter play here. As Howell slows him up. A 4-yard pickup for Sherrod. 2nd Second and 6 from the 39. 2 yards for Sherrod there. Third and 4 from the 41. And he's going to be short. Lopez and company bring him down for only a 1-yard gain. As Johnson all alone back there. Able to get down to the 28. Another 20-yard return for him. First and 10. He drops back the pass. Jackson has Brown. Brown more sure-handed than that, but drops it. Second and 10 now. Able to get 4 yards is Johnson. Brings up third and 6 from the 32. Empty look here. And down goes Jackson. 5th sack of the game for Fresno State. Blanketed everybody. Larry with a good tackle on the punt. Fresno State begins their drive at the 38. Right underneath. 5 yards for him. Trying to get on the board before halftime. Two yards on second down. Third and 3 from the 45. As deflected down. Isaiah doesn't get a ton of playing time, but gets in there and breaks that one up as Fresno State still remains scoreless. As we'll see if the offense for Colorado State can start moving the football. As Morrow goes for 6. Should be the last play before the 2-minute warning here. And it's picked! What a play by the corner! And it's going back for 6. 29 yards, Julian Neal. What a play from the corner. It's the second pick of the game thrown by Jackson. He came into this game only having 3 on the season. But it's not even a bad read, just a better play by the DB. Now first and 10. Right underneath the Horton. That's easy money there. First and 10 from the 30. As Ollie able to hang on for a 3-yard catch. Second and 7. And more pressure. Strip sack yet again. And it's going back for 6. Fresno State with 2 defensive touchdowns. As now Colorado State down 14-10 with 1:05 left. First and 10 from the 22. Horton able to hang on to that one. Now the offense moving quickly down the field as he lofts this one deep to Horton, who had a step. Pretty sure he had a linebacker on him. But overthrown. Now second and 10 from the 33. Jackson hit yet again trying to throw the ball. This defensive line from Fresno State has been insane all game. Winfield, first down, just barely. First and 10 from the 44. As Jackson, yet again, might be the 7th sack of the half. Might even be the 8th. An insane amount. Brings up second and 18. The Winfield just hits the check down, but there's a flag on the play. It's going to be a hold. On the left guard, setting us back even more. Just mistake after mistake. Second and 28 now. As Brown with a catch and a quick timeout. Second or third and 20. Jackson breaks the first one. May timeout Fresno State. Just awful, awful play from this offensive line here. They're going to have to have a much better second half. They want to have a chance in this one. First and 10. A 3-yard pickup there. Second and 7 from the 35. Taking a shot. It is picked! Larry gets the second of the game. But no time on the clock. Maybe some momentum though going into halftime, down 4. As it's kicked deep. Fresno State does start with the ball here. We'll begin at the 15. A loss of 2 on the first play. Chase Wilson flying down. Second and 12 now from the 14. And Larry with a good play there. Third and 7 now. Can the defense get him off the field? And they're gonna get the first on a receiver screen. First and 10 from the 26. dropped. Hector had a chance. Drops it. Second and 10 from the 26. They do drop back the pass yet again. Incomplete. Larry making it difficult for the quarterback. Third and 10 now from the 26. As a wheel route to the running back. Sherrod gets home. Touchdown. Fresno State on 3rd and 10. They take a 21-10 lead. As Olsen back to return this one. First and 10, Colorado State, a complete collapse here since the first quarter. Morrow with a good run, but it's going to come back due to a hold. Losing 7 on the play now. First and 10 from the 13, or first and 17 from the 13. Cannot speak right now as we drop back the pass. As Horton's open, but Jackson can't step into it. Second and 17. Horton does hang on to that one, picks up 10. Third and 7 from the 23-yard line, and here comes the pressure. Across the middle of the field, Horton able to hang on to it, and he's off to the races. Dragged down from behind at the 35. As Morrow breaks the first tackle, able to get 8 out of that. Some life being restored in this Colorado State team. Second and 2 now from the 27. On the comeback route, Torrey Horton wide open. Great throw from Jackson. As Johnson gets into the end zone. Capping off a great drive here. On the 2-point conversion. Johnson grabbed from behind and held out the end zone. Can the defense get another stop? As they go underneath. A broken tackle there. Dragged down at the 38. First and 10 from the 38 with 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. Fresno State up 5 after being down 10 to begin the game. Scored 21 unanswered. Breaking tackle after tackle, finally brought down at the 26. Sherrod with another carry, this time met in his tracks. Chase Wilson. Second and 10 now from the 27. And he's going to be short of the line to gain. Third and 1. from the 17. Now a player in motion. And Sherrod just able to jump cut past an offensive lineman and get the first. First and 10 from the 13. Wide open on the slant. Easy touchdown, Jalen Moss. Only his third catch of the game, but it's a big one. Extending their lead 28-16. As good teams find ways to win football games. And that is exactly what Fresno State is doing right now. First and 10 from the 19. As Jackson hit by 2 players on the play. Second and 10. Definitely feeling the effects of that hit. As he dives in the air, luckily holds on to the football. Third and 7 now from the 22. Goffney hangs on and picks up the first. First and 10 from the 31. As Horton drops that one, but luckily that wasn't picked. That was a risky ball. Second and 10 now. Empty look. Jackson down again. That will bring us to the fourth quarter. Jackson taking a beating in this one from the Fresno State defensive line. Third and 18 now from the 23. They go with a screen play here. Blockers in front. Kobe Johnson picks up the first, keeping this game alive. Morrow able to rush for a gain of 4. Second and 6 from the 47. Just throws that one in the dirt. Barely has the arm strength to do that. Third and 6 from the 47. Hits Winfield underneath, and he turns upfield in the field goal range down at the 34. Morrow able to get 2 yards. Here on second and 8, they go with an empty look. Just throws that one into no man's land, avoiding another sack. Luckily able to break the first tackle. Now third and 8, empty look here. Winfield again underneath. First down, Colorado State. First and 10 from the 21. Morrow able to get 5 on his carry. They come back out in an empty look. Second and 5. Jackson hanging on to the football and getting down to the 5. First and goal. Has had a lead blocker. Didn't block anybody. Probably would have been a walk-in touchdown if he did. Second and goal now from the 2. Johnson down at the 1. Fowler subs in. The fresh quarterback Not able to get into the end zone, but they're hurrying back to the line. 4th and goal from the 1. And he gets it now. Touchdown, Colorado State. Haven't seen Fowler in a couple weeks, but he comes in and scores a rushing touchdown. Back to a 5-point ball game. Now you need a defensive stop here. Drilled down at the 13. First and 10. They go with a run here. And Hector with a good tackle, only allowing 4. Second and 6 from the 17. A tough catch. On the outside, brings up 1st and 10, but this will bring us to the 2-minute warning. Actually, they hiked the football. Now it brings us to the 2-minute warning. A must-stop situation here for this Colorado State defense. They get their first stop in a quick timeout. Here comes the pressure. They throw it deep. Incomplete. Larry again. Comes away with it. Has been the player of the game for us so far. As Johnson gets to the 28. First and 10 from the 28-yard line now. He had him across the middle. Just didn't have enough time to throw the football. Second and 10. As it's a screenplay to Johnson. He's able to get 5, bringing up a 3rd and 5. Third and 5 from the 33. Winfield with a stone cold drop. Most likely would have had it. 4th and 5 now, game on the line. And it's picked. And it is picked off. And that will do it. Jackson took an absolute beating in this one. Just didn't have it in him at the last second. All the negative attributes. Unless we get a lucky fumble here. They're kneeing the football out though. It's going to be over. All she wrote here. We'll probably have a chance at a Hail Mary. If they even kick it that deep. Olsen will let it bounce in the end zone. As we'll try to put in a fresh quarterback. Did not allow us. Jackson will throw this one up. Overthrown. That's how this one's going to end. A hard-fought game against Fresno State. The better team came out on top, though. As Jackson, 16 of 33, 232 yards, 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. As Johnson and Fowler both had a rushing touchdown. Torrey Horton, 5 catches, 95 yards. Nobody else really did anything else. Blocking, 6 sacks allowed. As Wilson led the team in tackles with 12. 2 tackles for loss from him. No sacks. 2 picks from Larry, though. Couple pass deflections. One to get us the football back. Dom Jones forced it. Larry recovered it. He also had a pick 6. It was a very hard-fought game. But we fall just short. Gotta come back out and win next week. Get 3 wins. Hopefully we can do so. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.